Welcome to another episode of Primetime Sportz. I'm your host, Malik Brown. Yes, I know, it's been a while, but I'm back and I'm better. Shout out to Bryson Tiller. The last time we were here, I was sitting at a desk and there were some buildings behind me. Now they have me standing and the football team's behind me, who actually had an impressive win against Charlotte last week. Sadly, we won't be able to see them building that win tomorrow due to the game being canceled. Reporter Jasmine Presley is out at the Georgia State Stadium right now to give us an update on the situation.
Thanks, Malik. This time tomorrow, Panther fans expected to fill Georgia State Stadium to watch the football team take on the Memphis Tigers. That game is now canceled due to a schedule shift for Memphis. The Tigers were supposed to play Central Florida at the beginning of the month, but Hurricane Irma forced the game to be rescheduled for tomorrow. Now, how does Georgia State feel about playing one less game? Head coach Sean Elliott tells us that he's using the open date to get players such as running backs Taz Bateman and Kyler Neal healthy. Beyond that, our focus is on the next opponent, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. The next game is scheduled for Saturday at 6:30. Back to you, Malik.
Thank you, Jasmine. So I guess instead of going to the game, y'all can go out and do something fun tomorrow. Play some flag football, dodgeball, basketball, maybe even some ultimate frisbee. Speaking of all these things you can do, Georgia State is starting their fall intramurals, which includes all the different sports I just listed, plus more. Reporter Chip Matthews went to the GSU Recreation Center to give us some more information about the event.
If you've been on campus long enough, you might know this building. It's the Georgia State Recreation Center, a place where students work out, hang out, or even tap out. But did you also know that Georgia State hosts intramural competitions?
The intramural sports program at Georgia State allows all current Georgia State students, downtown and perimeter, as well as current Student Recreation Center members, to participate in organized sports. Intramurals really focuses on the recreation. It's not the ability of the participants. Anyone from a beginner to an advanced competitor can participate in intramurals, and that's what we really strive for, to create a welcoming and fun atmosphere for all participants.
Now, many of you may not have known that Georgia State had an intramural program. So I urge you, the next time you're on campus and you see this magazine here, go ahead and pick up a copy. It's the Recreational Wrap-Up. Inside, it talks about all the things that the Rec Center has going on, to include intramural sports. Now, I was able to find one young man who was quite aware of the intramural program.
It's pretty cool because, I mean, these are just like regular students, like these aren't scholarship athletes, and they're going out and they're competing with other students. It's a good way to like meet people with similar interests. I mean, because if you're playing a sport with someone that, you know, at least you know you have that in common with them.
Go to www.gsu.im.com for more details. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Chip Matthews.
Thanks, Chip. I think me and some of my reporters are going to try and make a team for 3-on-3 basketball. So if I were you, I'd watch y'all. Because this jump shot I got, something dangerous. And we're winning every game. And speaking of winning, Georgia sports was on the road this week. The Falcons won a nail-biter. The Bulldogs took down Mississippi State. Atlanta United is on its way to the playoffs. And to top it off, our own men's soccer team earned their second straight shutout of the season and a win against the College of Charleston Tuesday night. The Panthers will be back on the field tomorrow at 7 in Jacksonville to finish their 3-game road stretch. In other news, the beach volleyball, softball, and men's golf teams announced their spring schedule for the next year. The volleyball team will start their season in DeLand, Florida, February 23rd for a tournament hosted by Stetson. The softball team will begin their season February 9th at the USF Invitational in Tampa, Florida. Last but not least, the men's golf team will open their season at the All-American Intercollegiate at the Golf Club in Houston, Texas, February 16th through the 18th. The men's basketball team started their practice yesterday as they prepare for their season, which starts November 10th. Their schedule highlights a trip back to Ole Miss and a trip to Las Vegas during Thanksgiving. Hopefully, the men handle their business and don't have too much fun out there. But we'll never know, because you know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's all I have for this week's show, people. But I promise, I will be back next week to deliver you the best we have of Georgia State sports. Make sure while you're watching to subscribe and like our videos on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at Prime Sports with a Z. I'm Malik Brown. Have a blessed week.